guys, so today we're going to be doing a Q&A video and I'm super excited about this. I asked you guys on Facebook and Instagram for your questions and you sent in a lot of really good ones. So I'm going to try and keep an eye on the time so this video isn't like super long because you have so many questions. I could probably film like a 3-hour video about this, but let's start with Instagram. I got my phone right here. Ashaw123 asked, who do you think you are if you are a character from Friends? I'm pretty sure I'm Monica. I think that's a very safe bet. I tend to be a little particular about certain things and want things a certain way. Abigail_Marie14 asks, how long does it take you to plan a week out? It takes me about 40 minutes. You guys see 20 minutes or so in the Plan With Me videos, and they actually take me about 40 to 50 minutes to actually sit down and film the whole thing. And it takes less time if I'm not filming, because the whole filming process makes me have to like do certain things that I wouldn't normally do if I was just planning. So I would probably say like 30 minutes to do an entire week spread. Trishna210 asks, how do you pre-plan your week on sticky notes? Do you write them in as something gets finalized, or before you plan, you write it in? So anytime an event is like, I know about an event or I have a meeting, I will put it on a small sticky note and put it in the planner for that day. So I have sticky notes all the way through next year. Like my wedding has a sticky note for it. So I write it down as soon as I know about an event, but I write them on sticky notes because I don't want to like put anything in the planner and then decide I don't want to do that layout or style I wrote down, or if the plans change. Because usually when I plan on Sundays or like the week before for the next week, I know that things are pretty set in stone, so I don't have to worry about things changing. She also asked this really long one, so I'm just going to quickly read through it. Also, how do you find the motivation and strength to be a blogger? I've wanted to do YouTube and blogging for over 3 years now, but it terrifies me that no one will read it and my friends and family would judge me. They think that her hobbies are a little weird, like beauty and planners and all the stuff I like. How would you recommend I overcome it? So I started my YouTube channel 5 years ago, and I just graduated high school, and I don't really know what I was thinking I wanted to do, but I've always been the kind of like introverted, quiet person, and for the longest time, most people didn't know I made videos, and it was only until this past like 2 years or so that I felt really comfortable with what I was making, because I like it. I find it really exciting, and I do have some people, or have had some people that are like, so what do? You film yourself? But I think showing that you're passionate about it and showing that you're super excited, like no one's ever going to be like, oh, that's stupid. If you're like, I do this awesome thing on the internet and I blog about it and I have these like 3 followers who are like super awesome and always talk to me. So I think you just have to appreciate the little things. So when you're starting out, when I started out my blog 2 years ago, no one read it. Like no one read that thing. And that can be very discouraging, but when you get your first comment, like revel in that fact that someone read your blog enough that they wanted to comment on it. And that's the things that get you through. You can't expect your YouTube channel or your blog to become this huge, amazing thing overnight just because you're producing really good content. It's hard for people to find stuff on the internet because there's so much. So I definitely think just taking your time with it, knowing that it's not going to happen overnight, but understanding that what you're creating is important, and I definitely think you should create it. Rhiannon Major asks, how has it been transitioning from a 9-to-5 job into working for yourself full-time? So this is the start of my second week, and it's been pretty weird, like an awesome sort of weird, because I have more time to do the things that I was like squeezing into my evenings while I was working my full-time job, but I also I'm currently facing that, like, I don't want to stop working. Like, last night, Alex and I spent a good portion of our evening, it was like 1 a.m., doing research and working on some special stuff that we will be announcing soon. But we're just trying to finalize that kind of stuff. So, like, it seems so normal to just keep working because it's our passion, it's our hobby, it's all we talk about, it's all I want to do. So it's been really awesome because, like, if I decide, like, oh, I want to film this video, right now it's like it's Monday, and this video is going up on Tuesday, and it's like 11 o'clock, and I just get to film this, which is crazy awesome. And I think there is just so much more time and opportunities to do all the crazy ideas we've had that we just haven't had time for. D. Doric Rock asks, if you could be any animal, which animal would you be? I think I would be an otter because I love the water. Otters are like cats of the sea and they're super adorable. And then you get to be with like your partner forever. So I would make Alex be an otter too. Megan August YT, so probably YouTube, asks, how long have you and Alex been together? Did you think you were going to get engaged this year? So Alex and I are celebrating our 3-year anniversary today on Monday. It's our 3-year anniversary. And I had a feeling it would be this year that we would get engaged because I'm very plan oriented and we had talked a lot about moving and going to a different state, and I was in grad school. I'm currently not anymore. I wrote a whole blog post about why I decided that I didn't want to be in grad school, and if future Kayla remembers, she'll link it below, or just ask for the link and I'll add it. And I had this whole thing planned out. It would take me 2.5 years to finish grad school. We were talking about moving out of state because he wants to be near the ocean, and so it did make sense that it would happen this year, and it all worked out, so I'm really excited about that. K Cats Aldo 31 asks, what did your fiance first think when you talked to him about planners and stickers? So he was actually the one that purchased my first cutter and my first Erin Condren. So I decided I wanted to create an Etsy shop, and I was making cards and stationery, and then in my mind I decided that I wanted to create stickers, but I didn't have any means to do it, so I was hand cutting stickers, and he thought it was ridiculous. He's a very business savvy kind of guy. He always wants efficiency, so he's like, I'm going to buy you this cutter. It's $100. I can't watch you sit on this couch and just cut stickers by hand. I just can't do it. So he bought me that. So he's been really supportive. I guess the answer to your question is, like, he's been super supportive, obviously, and it's really fun to try and see him use his Midori or Foxy Dory and get into the planning community and talk about stickers and get excited. So it's been a really, really great experience. All right, we're switching on over to Facebook now because I want to make sure to answer Hello Again specifically their questions. I'm pretty sure most people on Instagram are Hello Agains too, but it's just safe to say if you're in the Facebook group, I know you're a Hello Again. And my Facebook takes forever to load because this is an iPhone 4. I need to get a new one. I just dropped it a little bit last night, and so the top corner is a little bit cracked, which is super duper sad. All right, so we're on to the Facebook questions, and Emma asks, what's your favorite part about owning an Etsy shop? It's honestly talking to all of you guys and seeing your spreads and seeing how excited you are about the things we're producing and having you guys be like an active part of the decisions we make. And we really take what you say into consideration, and we try to make everyone as happy as possible. So I really love that. Samantha asks, what are your big plans for Oh Hello in the future? We have some big plans, Samantha. And we've kind of alluded to it a little bit in the Facebook group. And I'm not going to go into too much detail here because we could make a whole video about that. But it's going to be pretty exciting. We are branching out from stickers. And we ordered some stuff last night I'm just too excited about. Nikki asks, would you ever consider selling the Darice sticker books on your Etsy shop for those of us who live overseas and do not have access to them? Not on our Etsy shop. That's all I'm going to say about that. Ella? E-L-Y-A? I don't want to mess that up. It's really pretty, whatever. I think it's Ella, but I don't want to be wrong. So she asks, does the whole planner community sticker crazy shock you? Do you think it will last? It doesn't shock me because I've loved stickers since I was a little kid, and I feel like everybody likes them too. So the craze is just kind of like us trying to live our childhood dreams out, and we can actually afford stickers now. And I also think it's like a new wave of scrapbooking. Like, scrapbooking's always been a thing. I don't think scrapbooking is going to stop being a thing. But planning and decorating your planner is like, I wouldn't necessarily say an easier version of scrapbooking. It's just a different type of scrapbooking where you can like journal and you write about what you're doing that day and you keep track of stuff. So I don't think it's going to go away, but I do think it will adapt. Mandy asks, what are your favorite foods? So my absolute favorite food, which is not really like a good food to be your favorite food, I love elephant ears. I show them in vlogs all the time. Like, every time I have one, I have to vlog about it because it's like the greatest thing ever. I also really like macaroni and cheese. I like chicken. I really like chicken. I like I like the chicken gnocchi soup from Olive Garden, and I like bread. I am literally the most unhealthy eater you will ever meet, ever. I'm so bad at names. This is just making me realize I'm so bad at names. So Ilana, Ilana. If you could be any sticker, what kind of stickers would you be and why? After I typed this, I realized that it totally outs me as a psychologist that I am. But I promise not to analyze your answer. You can totally analyze my answer. If I was a sticker, I think I would be a functional sticker, and I would be matte. So, like, you could write on it, you stamp on it, it'd be, like, the perfect, like, matte, functional sticker. But I think I would have, like, a little, like, flower. Probably a half box. Let's just get serious about this. I'd be a half box matte with a little cute little flower in the corner, and probably purple because I love that color. But a purple that you could write on still, because I know that there are, like, really dark purples. And I wouldn't want to write with a white pen on me. Like, you'd be able to write with a black pen. So what does that mean? What does that say about me? I also really like a character sticker. Like, if I was like a dolphin or an otter, like an otter sticker, that would be cool. I really like otters. Mimi asks, what advice would you give to young women entering college now to encourage them to follow their dreams? So I feel like most of you guys are new, so I can explain this a little bit more. I was a really hardcore introvert in high school, and I still kind of am. I spent the majority of my time in the newspaper room. I was editor in high school, and I would, like, eat lunch in there. The majority of my day was spent in there. So entering college, I went to a school that was, like, really close to home. Like, my parents live, like, 15 minutes from school. And I kind of was just in this, like, safe little secluded bubble of, like, this is my hometown. I know, well, like, my second hometown, and I know where everything is, and I know some of these people. So my biggest advice would be, like, try things out. So when I first started, I didn't want to join a sorority at all. Like, my sister had joined one, and I was like, that's cool. It's cool for her. And I just wasn't for it. But there was, like, a series of events that kind of led me to deciding to go through recruitment, and just trying that out and going through that experience was so awakening for me. Like, I finally realized that I could do this kind of stuff. I could meet people I didn't really know and have conversations and, like, join something that I never expected I would ever be a part of. So I definitely recommend trying stuff out. I'm not saying, like, join all the clubs and be, like, the most active crazy person, but, like, give them a shot. Like, go to a meeting, go to this event. It's, like, the easiest way to get to know people. And also, don't be pigeonholed by your degree. If you're deciding you want to go into, like, communication, the things I learned in college are helping me now, but I have learned more in the year that, or how many years has it been? I graduated in December of 2013. I've learned more after college than I think I learned in college, because everything that I've learned through starting the business and starting YouTube and all the social media stuff, I was not taught that in school. So you have to continue your education or continue it beyond the classroom. So if you're learning about, like, advertising, look into, like, how you would do it. Like, if you have a blog, how would you take what you're learning in class, add more stuff to it, do more research, look at other blogs that talk about social media and blogging, and go from there. If that makes sense. I think that makes sense. So get involved, try out some stuff you haven't tried out before. I just messed up my hair. And continue learning even when you're not in the classroom. You're going to learn more from yourself and the things you're interested in, and reading about other people's experiences than you will from a teacher in a classroom. Annie, I think her name is, she has the A and the E, like, touching, so I think she's from, like, Norway or Finland or something. She asks, if you could travel anywhere, where would you go? Oh, and of course, where will you go for your honeymoon? If I could travel anywhere right now, I've always been this, like, weird curiosity about India. I feel like I wouldn't eat anything there because I don't think they have elephant ears in India. They have actual elephants, but not elephant ears. But India's always been really curious to me because I've been to Asia, like China, and I've been to France and England, so I have that kind of sense. Or maybe South Africa would be really interesting, or Australia. Basically any culture that is different than the places I've been. So I feel like I've seen a lot of, like, European culture, but maybe not, like, think Poland or Croatia would be cool. Basically anywhere. Like, I would just go and see it. I'm the weirdest about that. Like, I'm so uncomfortable about new things, and I feel like I take forever to get, like, comfortable doing stuff. But I like to travel. I like putting myself into a situation where I have to do it, if that makes sense. Oh, and we are not going to be going on a honeymoon right away because, what is happening? Because we are moving to Virginia. Hopefully, we're not 100% sure about any of that, but we plan on moving shortly after getting married. So that's going to be kind of like our honeymoon, I guess, because we'll have all those new experiences and all those cool new places to visit. Maybe eventually we'll go on like an official honeymoon, but I also find it silly just to like go for the sake of going, like just because you're supposed to go on a honeymoon. I'm not going to do it just because you're supposed to. All right, I'm going to answer 2 more questions. Laurel asked, do you recommend starting a Shopkins collection now? I'm scared, haha. I love Shopkins. You guys know this, but I also don't feel the need to collect all of them. When I first started, I was like, buy all the Shopkins you could possibly find, but now I'm like, these are super awesome. I love them. They're super cute decor, but I definitely recommend only getting ones that you really like and not trying to complete the whole collection. But I feel like if I had the opportunity and they weren't like super expensive, I would do it. So I would say start. You have a giant community in our group of adults who collect Shopkins, so I'm sure you'll be fine. This is a good question to end on. So Holly asks, is the Oh Hello sticker line going to grow, or will you retire as you launch new ones? So we have discontinued some stickers already, but I think what we're going to do is continue to grow the sticker line, and if we see that there are stickers that aren't big sellers, we're going to discontinue them so we can free up space, like stock space. We can spend more time developing new products, because the more stickers we have, it means the more that we have to keep in stock. So if we're wasting our time trying to keep in stock, I'm trying to think of one that I know doesn't sell that well. Like the cakes, the kawaii cake. Super cute sticker. I love it a lot, but it doesn't sell that well. So instead of spending time trying to keep that listing up to date, make sure there's supplies for the people who do randomly decide to buy it, we discontinue that to spend our time working on other stuff. But we're not just going to discontinue stuff just to discontinue it. We will try to keep everything that we know sells really well in stock. But with the monthly stuff, we are going to, it's going to be available 2 months, I think 2 months, 2 months before the month. So like right now, October just went live and it's the beginning of August. But when August is over, all of the August stuff will be discontinued, except for the samplers. The samplers will always be available, so you can always buy the color stickers for the month, but we just won't have those large sets because our large monthly sets sell the best, and it's really hard to keep them in stock. So we're not going to try and keep 12 different month sets in stock, because that would be literally all we're doing. So the samplers will be available, and we are definitely expanding our line into some really cool stuff that I can't wait to show you guys. Every time we do something new, it's just like I want to tell you guys so bad, and I obviously could, but things are going to change, and I don't want you guys to like expect something and then it to be completely different. But that is going to be it. I think we hit around 20 minutes, and I'm going to end this video here. I love this video. Like this video if you want to see more Q&As. I was thinking of maybe doing like themed Q&As, like the next video can be about Alex and I, maybe like our couple story and any questions you have about us specifically, and then maybe do one about being self-employed or that kind of thing, like do series of Q&As or just more general Q&As. I loved doing this video. I feel like I got a little bit closer to you guys, or I answered some of your questions that you may have had. So definitely give this video a thumbs up if you want to see more like it, and be sure to subscribe because I post videos literally like every single day of the week. And that is going to be it for this video. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you tomorrow for a vertical plant with me. Bye!